Old Tomlin. What's up, my brother? Give me a 7 if you can't hear me, though. Thank you. Thank you. Put this on a little bit. Let me see. Nah, this going on the inside. I'll let this be out today. How's it going, family? Shalom. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. I don't have my notes on me. I didn't know I was coming on. So the specifics that I want to talk about, I can't really get into them because I want to be prepared, you know. But we can still talk about something. I got a bone to pick with, what's this guy's name? Think of his name in a second. What's the forbidden knowledge, dude? What's his name again? Few more minutes. See who else come on here. Thank you, Danielle. Billy Carson. Yep, I got a bone to pick with Billy Carson real quick. Billy Carson is a very intelligent man. He should know better than this. He's a man that's well-traveled, well-read, but he's reading the information from a Gentile perspective. You know, he's mixing up the facts a little bit. I think he knows it too. He knows it, but he has to do what he has to do for his audience. But no. No, Billy Carson, you're not the only one who reads sacred texts. Nah. You know, I'm not gonna be rude to the man. I respect Billy Carson. I like the guy, actually. No, I don't know Bill Spire. Never heard of him. I like Billy Carson, you know. But I was listening to him. He was saying something about the land of Anak, the Anunnaki, the Anakims, genetic modification, in vitro fertilization. Basically, what he was saying is that Adam, Eve were made in a lab, and our ancestors were tempered with in a lab. Look, when you start talking like that, you take away the whole aspect of a creator, right? You take away the whole aspect of the Most High creating his people in his image, in his likeness, with his attributes, her, you know, you take those things away and you replace it with some science. I know you guys heard Billy Carson talk about stuff like that, right? Because you know, so many things are coming out, so much information. This is the age of information. And people just take the information and run with it. They're not really studying it to see if it's fallacy. It doesn't make sense. They just agree with the man because he's Billy Carson. You know, they see him traveling everywhere. They think that he must have the truth of what he's talking about. You know? I don't get it. I don't get it, you know? He was talking about the Anunnakis, and he said the land of Anak and the Anunnakis they were the creators or whatever, right? Can you guys hear me? Give me a 7. Well, there's only one problem with that. Couple problem with that. We could just talk about one. And then we'll move on. Because I came here to talk to you about self-cultivation. Jackie, how you doing, sister? What? Because you guys are connected to the internet, you will hear Billy Carson. And you will hear him break down things. And you probably like, oh, I've never heard that before. Well, remember, the land of Anak was the ancient land of Enoch. Billy Carson said the Anakims, the giants, they were the Atlanteans. So the ancient land of Anak, what he didn't say was this. When the Most High led Joshua to the land of Anak, the land flowing with milk and honey, this was not a new land. The land that Joshua went to, being led by the Most High, was the ancient land of Enoch. Chantel, how you doing, sister? Been a while. Happy birthday, belated birthday. The land of Anak that Joseph went to was the ancient land of Enoch, Yanak. This was what we call the Mayanians. In the book of remembrance, the land is called the land of Mola, death. In the Bible, the land of Anak was the land of Anathoth. Billy Carson, you need to know this. This dude's probably never gonna see this. It doesn't matter. But you will hear him speak, and you need to, you must know the difference. Okay? You must know the difference. You must remind Billy Carson he's mixing the timelines. It's okay, sister. I can relate. Trust me. You know? All is working out for your greater good. Billy Carson must remember the timeline. The land of Anak, where the giants were, is the ancient land of Enoch. Yes, it was Atlantean land, because Enoch was an Atlantis priest king. Atlantis priest king. He was a astrophysicist, scientist, Atlantis priest king, primordial elder, eighth from Adam. The ancient land of Anak was the land of Enoch. By the time Joshua went into the land, it was already taken over. Why? Because the people of Enoch, Yanak, were not on the land anymore. They had already left the earth. So that land was occupied by the giants, the Anakims and other Kims. That's when Joshua went into that land being led by the Most High, and the Most High gave Joshua, Moses rather, gave Joshua the power from the 42-letter name of the Most High, the Anabakos, prayer, chant, meditation, which once you know how to say it properly, you activate the power of the 42 spirit intelligences attached to that name. This is how, as I have said to you before in many videos, this is how Joshua was able to bring down the walls of Jericho. Okay? Jericho was a fortress with 7 walls. 7 lines of the Anabakos. Walk around it 6 times. That's 42. 42 letter name of the Most High. On the 7th walk around, make a shout, cymatic frequency, resonance, energy, vibration, shake up the ley line, brought down the walls of Jericho through via cymatic frequency of the spirit intelligence is the power that was attached with the 42 letter name of the Most High, the Anabakos. With that power and the support from the heavenly realms, the spirit intelligences, Joshua and the priests and the people were able to bring down the walls of Jericho, because the 42 letter name of the Most High rise on the left side of the Kathara, tree of life. That's judgment. That's the 42 angels that go out and do things and make things happen. Jireh type of angels. Okay, that's Isaac. So with that understanding, Joshua, with that power, with that support, with that promise from the Most High, he went into the land of Anak, which belonged to the original people of the Most High, the people of Enoch, Yanak, the Mayanians. Again, by the time Joshua got to that land, we talk about thousands of years apart. Billy Carson is twisting the timeline. He's speaking as if that land always belonged to the giants. It never belonged to them. It belonged to the people of the Most High who reverence the Most High. This is the reason why the Most High told Joshua, look, I have already given them into your hands. Remember, because this is the age of information, all the information is gonna come up. It is up to you and I to decipher the information. Thank God, Billy Carson is not the only one reading sacred texts, and he's not the only one who can understand when he read them. Okay? I just thought I'd bring that to your attention. If you ever hear him talk about the Anunnaki being the creators of mankind, that Adam and Eve was created in a lab, whatever the hell, look, I totally disagree with that narrative. That means you yourself, you are genetically modified from your start. Not now because you're eating all the genetically modified food, but from your start, you are a hybrid. That's what he's trying to tell you. You are a hybrid. If you are a hybrid, then you are not a child of the supreme power above greatness. You are not created in the kingdom of lights by the mother and the father of lights. There's nothing special about you. If you are a hybrid, you're not a chosen. Why would you be chosen as a hybrid? And he was talking about the fact that Adam was created from dirt. And he said, I don't want to be a clump of dirt, and that's what it was. Dude, there is a process in creation. So he didn't get the fact that there were golems. Our people had the knowledge of creating golems, creating something that can protect them. And then with the knowledge of Kathara, which we call Kabbalah, with the knowledge of Kabbalah, they can say certain incantations to bring that clump of clay, that golem, to life. And the golem's job was to protect the neighborhoods, the communities of the Hebrews. That was primarily what the golem was for. No, I said Kathara. And then I said Kabbalah. Okay? Kabbalah is the hijack of Kathara. The original name is Katha. Like Cathar, the ancient Chinese. The modern day Chinese, ancient Cathar. The Cathar Empire. So it's Kathara. It's not Lumeria. Shout out to my sister who put me on. It's Kumeria. It's not America. It's Amaruka. Our people spoke in K's. That's why we have the Ko brand. We say Celtics. Okay? So, Kabbalah remove 2 Sephiroth. Kabbalah deduce the knowledge. You receive 10 Sephiroth. It's supposed to be 12. Kathara talk about 10 emanations. Kabbalah talk about 10 emanations. Kathara give you the entire 12. Why 12? Why not 10? There were 12 tribes. Every tribe has a emanation, has a part on the Kathara tree of lives. So it's not even tree of life, it's tree of lives. Every emanation, every Sephiroth is 1 in 10, which amounts to 100. It's 10,000 possibilities, meaning that it's an infinite circle of power. There is a Malkut of Malkut. There is a Kether of Malkut, Kaset of Malkut. Okay? Bina of Malkut, Yesod of Malkut. There is Kether of Kether. There is Kaset of Kether. Every one of the Sephiroth has within them 12 levels of Sephiroth. And every one of them has 12 more levels. Everything leads to the Ein Sof, the infinite, the great, the supreme power above greatness. That's a whole different breakdown. Going back to what I was saying with Billy Carson. Billy Carson says you are tempered with. You were created in a lab. No, Billy Carson, you are wrong. The people of the Most High were not lab rats. We were not created in a lab. We were not tempered with. No one removed our telomeres and shortened our lives. It didn't happen by mankind. There's a whole host of gnosis that came with that understanding. And no, we do not worship Yahweh. The Hebrews, listen, the educated, chosens, sacreds, the few hidden among the many do not call on Yahweh. No, we don't call on Yahweh. As a matter of fact, the further back you go, the elders, depends on what society, they say things like supreme one, supreme power above greatness, because the understanding is that you cannot really box the supreme creator with a name. You cannot put a name to the supreme creator. But we acquired the name Yahuwah, Yahweh, never Yahweh. He said Yahweh was Satan. I don't give a listen, whatever. But we don't call Yahweh. We don't call on Yahweh. The people of Yah don't call on Yahweh. Yahweh. We don't do that. It's a whole different frequency. It's a whole different resonance. It's a whole different cymatics. It has a different vibration. When you say the incorrect names, you know what I mean? It has a different vibration. And he says Anu was not the supreme creator. What does Anu means? It just so happened that Anu is a Creole word. Anu is a Haitian Creole word. And I'm going to tell you what it means right now, because I've said it before. Let me tell you one more time. When I say my father in Haitian Creole, I say Papa. Papa means dad. But if I want to say our father, I say Papa Nu. How do you say Papa Nu? P-A-P-A. Papa Nu. N-U. So P-A-P-A-N-U. Anu. Papa Nu means our father. Anu could said our father loving kindness, could said mean kindness. Okay? Or she said, could said kindness. Anu could said mean our father in loving kindness toward his people. Anu was not some random Anunnaki God who we worship just like that. No. We know who we worship. We know who we reverence, not fear, because we don't fear God now, do we? We don't fear our creator now, do we? Now, sometimes fear is a healthy thing to have, because fear keeps you aware of your surrounding. That's a whole different conversation on fear. But when we're talking about the supreme creator, we do not bring fear into it. None of you here fear your dad. You love your dad. You have respect for your dad. You honor your dad. That's why we talk about when the Bible says the beginning of wisdom is a fear of God. Remember, I did a video 3 years ago when I first started my channel. A lot of you found my channel like this. I titled it this way. Beginning of wisdom is not the fear of God. No. When we talk about the supreme, our Father, our Creator, who does not have the capacity in him to even be attached to all these silly attributes they attach to the Most High. When we talk about the Most High, we talk about deep respect, reverence, honoring the name of the Supreme, no fear, okay? Whole different level. Now, even when we talk about ruling with a rod of iron, we talked what that was. Ruling with a rod of iron has nothing to do with ruling with power, with might. It has nothing to do with that. Because iron on the periodic table, iron Fe has a atomical number 26. 26 means Kaf Vav. Kaf Vav means the fullness of the name of the Most High. Also, when you add 2 and 6, you get 8. Then you're vibrating on the higher heart chakra, the love Sifrot, the higher heart chakra. And take it back. 26 is also the hertz that's emitted by the cat's purr, showing you love and affection. We broke all this down. So when the Most High says, look, I'm going to rule with a rod of iron, he said, I'm going to rule with love, because 2 and 6 is 8. Vibrates on the heart chakra. The fullness of the name of the Most High, Kavav, Anu, Papa Anu. Our Father, loving kindness, who love and honor his people by his kindness, his tenderness, his deep affection. We have to be careful. You're gonna hear a lot of people coming with a lot of strange teachings. Remember, this was already prophesied from the time of Enoch, from the days of Adam. As wickedness is increasing, righteousness is also increasing. At the same time, when the Most High was talking about the flood, Enoch, Yanak, Shibo, the grand elder Fushi, the grand elder Shibo, Enoch was also gathering the people, instilling in these people the attributes of the Melchizedek priesthood. He was instilling in these people the attributes of the fruits of the Spirit, which are the primordial attributes of the Melchizedek priestess. The Most High told Enoch, look, make them just like you, and this will be my reason to take you. And this is a repeat of what Enoch was doing. This gathering with me, with others who are vibrating on that same frequency, it is a repeat of the same thing Enoch was doing, Yeshua was doing, Moses was doing, Noah was doing, as the flood was getting ready to hit the earth, because the people went contrary according to the laws of the land, the laws of the supreme, the laws of nature. At the same time, another people was being raised up from bottom below consciousness, and that people lived in the land of Anathoth, the ancient land of Anak. Those people were taken off the earth. By the time Joshua got to the land, he was already taken over the giants. But the land belonged to us first. Billy Carson, you need to know this. It wasn't a new land. So when the giants got to the land, they started to tamper with a lot of AI technology. Remember, I did this video. There was a brother, a black brother by the name of Isaac, who received a $13.8 billion contract from NASA, from Pentagon, to because he developed some type of AI technology that was so powerful, they immediately bought it from him. A $13.8 billion AI technology. AI technology, artificial intelligence, whatever they want to call it, is nothing new. It went back to the land of Anak when the giants were there. This is where they started to tamper with a lot of technology. Remember, I did a video from a book called Forbidden Gates. That's when they started to tamper with things. In that book, Forbidden Gates, we went in and we talked about what kind of demonic, cymatic frequencies they were working with, because cymatic sound is very important. That's a good segue to what I came here to talk about. When we're talking about cymatic frequency, what kind of cymatic frequency should we be doing to help our body, to help raise our own chi, our own energy, our own frequency, to help strengthen our magnetic field? What kind of cymatic frequency should we be involved in to help bring forth our own power? How did the patriarchs from the book of Joshua, how were they able to say things that causes abortions in women? How were they able to say things that causes the earth to shake? How did Judah made a sound from his mouth that resonate with the frequency of pregnant women, and somehow they all miscarried? Okay? How did Judah sounded like the Lion of Heaven when he made his screech? Not just Judah, all the brothers had that power. People's teeth can fall out their mouth. The ground will crack open. What happened? How did they do it? I'm going to tell you. I know how. The ancient knowledge have returned. The sacred knowledge of the elders are here. We have received it and have been sharing it with you. I have been showing you how to get in alignment with your own organs. I have been showing you how to pray in the spirit of your own organ. I told you the last video, when the Most High said, come to me in spirit, pray in the spirit. Teach my people how to pray. True prayer have left the earth. It is I that have come to bring you back true prayer. You must command my people and teach them how to pray. And I showed you, you have to pray in the spirit. And I told you which spirit, because every organ has a spirit. Your lung has a spirit. Your liver has a spirit. Your heart has a spirit. Your kidney has a spirit. Your spleen has a spirit. All of these organs deal with a range of emotions. All of these organs causes certain type of problems in your life, in your body. All of these organs have a certain color. All of these organs have a certain sound. We're back to the sound. We're back to the cymatic frequency. Your heart has a sound. Your heart makes a sound. Your liver has a sound that it reverberates. Your kidney makes a sound. Your lungs has a sound. Your spleen make a sound. Every organ has a paired organ. No organ is by itself. The heart, small intestine. The stomach, the spleen. The lung, the large intestine. The kidney, the urinary bladder. The liver, the gallbladder. And then you have a major organ that is not attached to any organ in your body. You have never heard of it. I shared it with you a few months ago. This organ is called the sun jiao. This is a massive organ. Let's bring it back to the Hebrew name, sun Yao. Yao means the Most High, like Yah. It's Y-A-O. That's one of the most ancient name of God. Go get that from the keys of Enoch. Yaosha, Yao, Yao Dims, Yao, sun Yao. This organ, science, just modern day science, just found out about this organ a couple of years ago. Yet our elders, our people, our ancestors, They already knew about this hundreds of thousands of years ago, thousands of years ago. They knew what was how does the sundial function, operate within this body, this technology of consciousness, this avatar body we call the physical man, the physical woman. They knew that the sundial is regulates the waterways. It regulates all the waterways within the body. So your lung produces a lot of water, but also your stomach. That's where all the waters are produced. The stomach is in charge of liquid formation. That's why you get the gurgling sound in your stomach when you're hungry, because there's liquid in there. There's a lot of liquid in your lung. The lung has a function, diffuses and descends the air. Once that air cannot diffuse properly and descend properly, you have what's called stagnation. Water stagnation in your body. What does water stagnation in your body do? Water stagnation in your body causes swelling, edema of the feet, edema of the face, edema around your heart, around your lungs. So it is up to the sundial, that massive organ. That's the job of the sundial, to regulate the waterways, making sure the water descend, the water evaporate. You sweat when you're supposed to sweat. You retain water when you're supposed to retain water. This is the sacred knowledge. This is the ancient gnosis that's going to help you rise from bottom below consciousness as a weak-ass man and a weak-ass woman with no internal power, with no internal strength, to come up as strong now, as powerful as the ancients, where when a disease hits your body, your Wei Qi, this is called Wei Qi, Wei stands for defensive Qi, where your defensive Qi, your Wei Qi, stops the pathogen, stops the cold pathogen, your Wei Qi stops the fever, and it does not penetrate through the layers of your body to cause sickness in your body. This is the ancient gnosis. Are you ready for it though? Because it's here in your midst. I've been talking about it, and I just gave you some more. Back to the sound. How did Judah and Naphtali and ran so fast and did all these marvelous things? Because they harnessed their own internal chi. They were in oneness with their organs. Every organ has a sound. So the sound that came from his mouth, that screeching sonic boom that he made, that causes women to miscarry, came from one of his organs. I don't have my notes, so I can't tell you which organ, but I'm telling you this much. It came from one of the organs that can harness that power and that can cause things to happen. You have those power within you. Remember, I told you, you're coming from Iron Man to Iron Heart. What does that mean? It means that you're gonna vibrate on your heart chakra, where the power is. This is the seat of your soul. This is the queen, but the queen is a tool of the king. Where is the king in your body? The king is in your brain. That's your Urim crystal. That's the throne of mercy. This is the seat. This is the throne. This is the seat of your soul. This is a queen. This is God level. This is the Ein Sof. This is your God particle. This is your Urim. This is your seed crystal. This is your Urim crystal. The queen and the king. Throne of mercy, seat of your soul. Because you're coming from Iron Man, you're going to Iron Heart. You're going to vibrate on a higher frequency of the heart, where you're going to harness the power of your thymus. This is the reason why you're going to come from bottom below consciousness to an amazing technology of consciousness. This is how you're going to change with a blink of an eye. When you take this information I'm giving you and you go and do what you're supposed to do with it. Pray in the spirit of your organs. Meditate on your organs. Meditate within your own internal chi. Do TaiJi exercises in breathing and do ChiGong. Now there is a massive one, greater than TaiJi, greater than ChiGong. This one is called NeiGong. This is the godfather and the godmother of all meditation practices. NeiGong. NeiGong. This is the This is the practice that enable the patriarchs, the matriarchs, to have supernal powers. This is it. NeiGong. It turned their bodies into iron. David says, I can bend a bow of bronze with my hand. Can you bend bronze with your hand? I run through a wall. I run through a troop. Naphtali running throughout the whole land in a few seconds. Can you do that now? No, you can't. But do you have the capacity? Yes, you do. It's dormant in you. That's why your soul says, wake me up. I have been slumbering too long within you. Wake me up with the awakening kiss. You have within you the power to help you rise from bottom below consciousness, to bring you up here, to meet with your higher self, your higher body of light, your Adama, your Adam Cadman body of light, through your meridian lines, through all the channels in your body. You have 12 of them, 12 major channels, and every organ has a channel system. When we start getting into the what does this channel mean, what power can I harness from this channel, from this point on this channel, then you will see better what that really entails. But I can't share that information on YouTube. I will never. I'll give you some things like I'm doing now, because you could search the entire YouTube. You're not gonna find what I'm talking about here somewhere else. Why? Because this knowledge is to be sold, and it's not to be told. And even when they're selling the knowledge, you don't get the elements that I bring with it, with the knowledge. Now that was a mouthful. Are you locked in? Did you get anything I say? Because I said a whole lot. I said so much just now. I mean, damn. Give me a 7, family. Let me know you locked in with me, because I said a whole lot. This is a higher learning class. Even if you're just starting out, you could hear, you could understand what I'm saying, because I'm telling it to you the way I would love to hear it. That's how I teach. I'm not gonna leave you wondering what the hell did he mean by that. No. I'm gonna ask you, and I'm gonna propose it. I'm gonna explain it to you, like I always do. I'm gonna explain it to you. Okay? Every organ make a sound. I will share those sounds that your organs make, and then all you gotta do is repeat the sound. So when you go to the keys of Enoch, you go to keys 319. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. You go to the sacred writings of Enoch in the emerald tablets, keys of Enoch. You go in these sacred texts, you're gonna find to open the stargates, to open the portals and the stargates at the pyramid and other stargates around the earth. Stonehenge, America Stonehenge, Connecticut Stonehenge, Balance Rock in Salem, New York, wherever you go, it is going to be the cymatics, the sounds, sacred cymatic frequency that you have learned, that you have mastered. These cymatic frequencies are the keys that's going to enable you to open up the stargates within yourself. Once you know how to open the stargates within yourself and activate your 365 senses, not 5, it's 365, you will have the power, the gnosis, the overstanding, inner understanding to open up other stargates. You can't just open up a stargate out there when you don't know how to open a stargate in here. This is your stargate. Once you have mastered your stargate, There isn't anything outside of you that you cannot master. This is why the video is titled Self-cultivation. You gotta cultivate yourself. Know thyself first. Charity starts at home first. You got to turn all your enemies into your friends. Why? Because a man's enemies are those of his own household. Your lung can fail you. Your liver can fail you. Your kidney can fail you. Your spleen can fail you. Your heart can fail you. When your organs fail you, organ failure, they become your enemy. You're going to see a side of them that you have never seen before. And by default, you will be affected. But what happens, you got to turn those enemies into your friends. A man's enemies are those of his own household. This is your house. Your enemies are your organs, your body parts. So turn these enemies into your friends. Take care of them. Love them. Honor them. Speak to them. Meditate in their spirit. That's the key, yo. That's a major part of your ascension. That's how when the Bible says you shall be changed in the blink of an eye. How does that gonna happen? After you have acquired the gnosis and put it into practice, one day you're not even gonna recognize who you are. You're not even gonna recognize who you are. You're gonna say it now, it's gonna happen now. You're gonna say it and it's gonna happen now. In the Tikkun Hazohar, Rabbi Shimon says, listen, you are in the time, in the season, you are, this generation is the generation that can say it now and it happens now. You don't have to wait for the entire harvest to benefit from the grain. You can command the ground to grow, the ground will grow. But for you to have that power to make the ground grow, you and I both, because I'm not there yet, I'm still learning there with you. We're going to have to cultivate ourselves. This is how Yeshua was able to heal with a touch. Now that's another segue into something else I can talk about. The Christianity of today is weak. I want to be in oneness with Christianity. Yes. Christianity is our shit. Christianity is our stuff. It's our sacred heritage. But watch this, not as it is today. We're talking about the old Christianity that came with the power, that came with the ordinances. The old Christianity that came with the sacraments, that came with the initiation. The Jesus that we have today, you know, I know very well, is not the Yeshua of the ancient times. The Yeshua of ancient times have been hidden from you. When he says, I came with the government upon my shoulders, he really came with the government system of the heavenlies on his shoulders. In a government, you have a president or you have an emperor or an empress. You have laws. You have the judicial system and you have the other systems. And you have the federal level, you have the state level. Then you have the local level. You have the senators, you have the Congress, you have the local politicians, you have your state representatives, you have your community leaders, you have your mayors, then your governors, you have your police, you have your state police, your local police, you have government system. This is how Yeshua was when he was on the earth. Around Yeshua was 120 disciples. 120. Within that 120, there were 12 bodyguards, 12 sacred ones, 12 closest ones. These are the 12 you have heard about, but there were many more. there were others with all the power, all the access that the 12 had. They knew about cloud formation, the ability to use cloud to disappear and reappear, to travel. They knew about the ley line gnosis. They knew about cymatic frequency. When you go to the Keys of Enoch, he said Yehoshua went to the pyramid and he opened up the vortices, the stargates with his words, with the sacred words of Yehoshua, the cymatic that he uttered from his organ systems. That's the reason why he went to the eastern countries and he spent 19, 20, whatever years he spent over there among the Indian the Indian spiritual leaders, shamans, the lamas, the sutra. These folks, he learned from them the knowledge, the gnosis of healing with a touch. He had to go to the east to acquire the ancient knowledge of Kumeria, Lumeria, Atlantis. Because acupuncture came from here. It was the ancient gnosis of Lumeria, Kumeria, ancient gnosis of Atlantis. It was the knowledge of Adam, Ya'atzikard, the ancient gnosis of the grand elder Fushi, Enoch. But acupuncture was not the original gnosis. The original gnosis was the study of the body, as we know in traditional Catharian medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, but it was harnessing yourself, knowing the points in the body, accessing the chi in the body, not by a needle, but by a touch. Are you listening? The original study, the original gnosis was not acupuncture. It wasn't done by the needle. It was acupressure. It was done by a touch. That's why Yeshua knew which point to touch on the lady with the issue of blood and stop the bleeding. Stop the menses. I know the point, but I can do it with, well, I can't do it with the needle because I'm not on that level yet. Oh, trying to buffer. There are points on your body that will stop bleeding, that will promote bleeding. That's how Yeshua was able to command demons out of the man at the tomb of gatherings and command those demons to live through his cymatic, through his power. He knew how to touch to chase away unwanted spirits. He had the power to command the elements. You cannot command the elements until you can command yourself. You cannot command the rain until you can command your water system in your body. You cannot command the wind until you can prevent wind, which is a disease, from coming into your body. You cannot command an earthquake until you can stop your own earthquakes. You have to self-cultivate. You have to harness your own power. You got to become the government. You have to become greater things. Like Yeshua said, you shall become, you shall do. You have to become the greater things first before nature, who is one with you, can recognize you. Right now, nature does not recognize you because you have fallen from where you were. You have returned to regather yourself, to pick yourself up from the floor, from bottom below consciousness. You are bottom below bottom. That's why I keep saying it. Bottom below, that means you are buried. You need to raise yourself from bottom below and climb the ladder of gnosis, the ladder of Jacob, the many mentions of the Most High power. Many rooms in that mention, many levels of understanding, many levels of gnosis, many levels of comprehension, many better perspectives, greater awareness, the power in your eye, your nose, your senses, harnessing all your senses to be aware of everything around you. That's the reason why when there was a flood, there was the hurricane on the boat. When Yeshua was on the boat with the disciples, he was sleeping. He was knocked out. But the disciples were in chaos mode. They did not yet have the gnosis that he came to give them. They were afraid of their lives. Master, 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 wake up. The boat is about to sink. He said, ye of little faith. How you have me on the boat? You talk about the boat is about to sink. How you have the master in your midst and you talk about danger, danger. Little faith. And he rose up and he commanded everything to stop by his words. Until you're able to do that, until you are able to master yourself and do that, you can't command anything outside of you. That's the reason why the current Christian church, the universities, the sacred organizations like the Armagh, the Rosicrucians, that's the reason why they take the ancient knowledge and they separate it among themselves. They say you keep this one, you keep that one, you keep all this sacred knowledge where they'll never find out how to do this, how to do that. Let's look, watch this. They have the knowledge, right? Because I have a book called the Secret Doctrines of Jesus. And I shared with you a few weeks ago which sacred societies have certain knowledge in their system. It's like having a set of keys, but you don't know which door they open. Let's just say you are able to open the door. Once you walk in the mansion, you don't know which cabinet to access the knowledge. That's why the scripture says, look, you preachers of the law, you have the key to gnosis. You go in yourself, but you don't want anyone else to access the knowledge but yourself. You Pharisees and Sadducees, preachers or leaders of the law, you have it, but you don't want no one else to get it. But they don't know what to do with it. They don't know what to do with it. You understand? You understand? All right. I think I'm done. I think I'm done, family. How was this, though? Because I came and I shot right at you. I gave you straight fire for at least 45 minutes. I loaded it and I released it. And you got it. Apply it. Every organ make a sound. Yeah. Nature don't recognize you now because you're different than what you used to be. But they know. That's why you have to go and meditate in nature. Go meditate with them. Take your shoes off. Walk barefooted. Reconnect back with the grass. The angel of the grass is waiting for you to walk through it, on it, to reconnect back with the energy of growth, because grass grow. That's the energy of spring. That's called the wood element. That's your kidneys. That's the wood element. That's the energy of growth. The grass. So if you're stagnant, you reach a level in your life where there's no growth. Take off your shoes and walk on the grass. Because the grass is always growing. Your wood element is weak. You need to strengthen your wood element. You understand? So you got to go back to nature, because nature hold within themselves a true account of who you are supposed to be. These are your elders. The tree is your ancient brother and your ancient sister. Yeshua says, these are your brothers and sisters. Go hug a tree, barefooted. Talk to the tree. Pick one. That's why they cut all the feminine trees. That's why you don't see any fruits in these trees, because they left all the male trees. So they want you to stay within your masculine all the time. They don't want you balanced. They don't want you to connect with your divine feminine essence within you. They cut all the female trees. They left all the male trees. I live in an area where there was nothing but peach and apple trees. By the time I got there, they had already cut them 20, 30 years before that. So now you walk around with nothing but male trees. You cannot connect with your divine feminine essence. So you are imbalanced. You are not balanced. You are masculine. There's nothing feminine about you. Oh, well, you thought being feminine was a bad thing? No. It has to work in tandem with the masculinity. Being feminine ain't bad if you're a man, because you're feminine and masculine. That's how Adam was created. Adam was created both male and female, androgynous. He was created with his soulmate. Something to think about, right? You gotta balance your feminine with your masculine with your feminine. Because you might have an issue you need to resolve. You can't resolve it with your masculine energy. You can't resolve it with your feminine energy. Or you gotta resolve it with both, or one or the other. Gotta go back to the ancient gnosis. Cultivating yourself. Know thyself first. Interesting information and true. Not just interesting and brown, but true. With evidence to back it up. Not just shooting from the hip like an evidence to back it up. All right? I shared with you a book. The book is titled The Magus of Java. Look up the video on YouTube. The Magus of Java. This Malaysian self-cultivated man harnessed fire from the palm of his hand and burned paper with his own chi, with his own energy. The Magus of Java. Look it up. Watch that video. It has about 5 or 6 videos. Okay? He can use his energy and make a plastic straw pass through a wooden table. When he touches your body, you get electrocuted. He does acupressure with his fingers. He doesn't need the needles. And if he does use a needle, he electrocutes the needle with his own hand. He touch it and you can feel the zap, just like what's that fish who can zap you? There's a fish that has electricity. I forgot that. You just like that. Your body is just like that. You are electrical. That's why you touch something and it zaps you. Eel. Thank you, Miss Abby. The eel. You are just like an eel. You have all that electricity running within you, but it's dormant. The ancient elders in the Cobran says, this we give you. He says, look, the gnosis that we have cost us all that we have. It has cost us our livelihood. It has cost us our lives. He said, we give it to you now. They were speaking to us in the future. They were in the, whenever they lived, whatever they were saying it to you. Because in your generation, the Cobran returned. So they say, yo, this we give you. We give you these records. These records that we give you are an accumulation of gnosis garnered over hundreds of years. It's an accumulation of gnosis that we have acquired from the elders that came before us. He said, now we give it to you. Now we give them to you. Hoping. He said, listen. He said, we're going to assign them to the ground and to destiny. They had to bury the gnosis. That's the reason why you always read about people fighting sacred scrolls in jars. Why? Because they had to hide them because the colonizers were burning the gnosis. In the Cobran, the elder says, we're going to assign these gnosis to the ground in destiny, hoping that they will come forth at the proper time in a receptive generation. Look, when I read these things, I become one with what I read. I hope you get it, yo. They said, we're going to hide them in the ground in destiny, hoping that somebody someday will uproot them from the ground. You will find it at the proper time, and they will come up in a receptive generation, a generation that's going to honor the gnosis, a generation that's going to read it, understand, apply it. That's what it means by a receptive generation. So, the gnosis came up in a receptive generation. Are you that receptive generation? Will you read it? Will you study to show thyself approved? Will you study it to show yourself approved? I love the men, the woman, the child who himself, herself ever seeking, a lover of wisdom, a seeker of truth, the one who loved to unravel the riddle of life. That one is mine, saith the Most High. This is why you have to become now. You have to become the record. You have to become the Akashic records. You have to access your source points. You have to access all the gnosis of all your previous lifetimes. Your books of remembrance within you. Alright. I'm going to end with that right there. You got to access your Malachi 3:16. Your books of remembrance. You are the books of remembrance. You are they. You are the book of remembrance. Give me a 7, family. It was great. It was a pleasure. Tell me, what do you understand with the gnosis I bring you today? Did you learn? Did you learn? Please tell Billy Carson, stop mixing up the knowledge. He's very intelligent. He should know better than that. Did you learn anything, family? Did it resonate with you, with your frequency, vibration, energy, magnetic field, ley line? Did you learn something? Did you learn something? Huh? Yeah. Talk to me. Talk to me. Destiny. Mary. Miss Ebb says, yes, she did. Lisa Marie. We have to go back to our old selves. Your old selves is coming back to you. Just like Eden left, Eden is coming back to you. Because when you acquire the knowledge and you apply it, your old self returns to you. You morph into it. You ain't going back to it, sis. It's coming back to you. You're just going to change in the blink of an eye. You're going to look at yourself and you won't recognize yourself anymore. You know what I mean? It's like you're going through training. And after your training, you are different at the last day from the first day. But you have to respect what I say. You have to honor what I say. It's not just words. These are not just words. But one thing I do know, no matter how much I tell you, because the records say so, people don't respect the messengers that bring the gnosis like this. They don't. Because you think you're supposed to pay for it. You think it's unreachable. Yeah, you're supposed to support me, absolutely. But this gnosis was given freely to all of us. Only those among us who were worthy of it. Because you can cast your pearls to swine. You cannot cast sacred knowledge to everybody. They're not going to get it. That's why Yeshua spoke in parables. It's not for everybody. It's for the chosen. It's not for the chosen. It's for the chosen. This is not for the sacred. It's for the sacred. It's for the few, hidden among the many. Back to our future. I love that. I love that, Helen J. Oh, one last thing. The medicine wheel. The medicine wheel is the ancient Bagua chart. All right? The medicine wheel go back to the I Ching, the Yi Ching, the Bagua chart. The Bagua chart. All right? I did a video on it. Go back to it if you want, if you care for that. The medicine wheel is nothing more than the 24-hour circadian clock of the organ system. Listen very carefully. The Native American medicine wheel is the same as the ancient Catharian, what I shared with you, 24-hour body clock. On that clock, you are able to study the circadian rhythm systems of the Zhang Fu, of the organs, the vital organs, and the bowel system in your body. Because you are able to study it via the clock, medicine wheel. You know exactly what color, what emotion, what food, what time, what season, what day these organs are attached to, so you can bring healing to your body and to your communities. That was the Native American medicine wheel, which go back to the Grand Elder Enoch Fushi, which was named the Bagua from the Yi Ching, which is the ancient Catharian, modern-day Chinese circadian rhythm 24-hour cycle body clock. That's a whole mouthful. Meaning that everybody had the gnosis. They just called it different things. Everybody had the gnosis. They called it different things. In the Book of Mormon, the Most High says, look, I give the knowledge to everybody. I give it to the Nephites. I give it to the Jews. I give it to the Hebrews. I give it to the East. I give it to everybody. You got to regather the information. Thank you, Sister Destiny. Thank you for supporting the gnosis, applying the gnosis. It's going to change your life. It's going to revolutionize your life. It's very hard to do, but once you apply it, you apply it. Once you know, at this time you got to eat, at this time you don't eat. At this time you got to sleep, at this time you don't sleep. But also remember, some people cannot follow it, right? So, here's the thing about the body. The body is very intelligent. It's very adaptable. They say there are about 7 to 6 circadian rhythms. Clock. That's all good and dandy. Your body will adjust to your life. Give your body time to readjust to your job. If you work a graveyard shift, that's why they call it graveyard, because it's going to take you straight to the grave. Because there are certain things that are supposed to happen in your body while you sleep at night. If you do this long enough, you're going to develop a whole lot of different type of pathogens, type of diseases, okay? It could happen. But the body can readjust so that it doesn't happen, as long as when you stop your overnight shift, your graveyard shift, as long as you go straight to bed. You go to bed. Your body can readjust your clock for you. Okay? You can't leave work 8 hours and then stay on your phone for 4 or 5 hours and you miss on your sleep. It's called taxation. You are taxating your constitution. That's the word, family. It's taxation on your body constitution. The word constitution is a word that our elders use from way back to break down your body anatomy and your physiology. Everything that entails your body, that word constitution was applied to express and explain your body. It's called constitution. If you go to the records of the patriarchs, you're gonna find Reuben. The grand elder Reuben spoke about the constitution of man within the first few pages. The constitution of man, meaning that how your body function, how your body operate, what goes in your body, what doesn't, what spirits are with you, what spirits are against you, all within your body. Your Esau, your angel of death, your Samael, your Lilith, your Ishmael, all these things are all in you. These are all different organs. Your gall is the Lilith. Your spleen, your gall, yeah, your gall is Ishmael. Your spleen is Lilith. Your liver is Esau, as you know. Your heart is Jacob. You know these things now. These things should be fluent for you now. Okay? All right, you a stay-at-home mommy? That's what's up. Okay, family? You have any questions for me before I go? Because I simply must be going. What you guys talking about here? Helen J. Positive force. Acknowledgement. Who in here I have not said something to? And Brown will talk to. And who else is in here? Celestial OG. What's up? Much love. Ark. Keep spitting that fire. That's what's up, Celestial OG. I love that name. Shout out to you, Celestial OG. Celestial 12 tribes created to be different. Created with a high spiritual capacity. Brent, whenever you watch this, yo, what's up? Gina Paul, shout out. Whoever else, don't ever comment. Maim, yeah, how you doing? Yaquan. Yaquan. I don't know what Yaquan means. What does that mean? A-I Yaquan. If you're real, shout out to you. Everybody else I recognize. Adam Yahusin. I don't know what that is, fam. Did I mention Kabbalah? Oh, that was you that asked that question. Bo Tomlin first here. Danielle Saul, son, I got you, Saul. Justin Devaney, do you know Bill Spire? Justin, who is Bill Spire? Sipra, S-I-P-R-E. Delabird, what up? All wins. All right, that's everybody. Cool. All right, family, love you all. All right? I simply must be going, family. Peace, peace.